welcome back to Red River Living. So today it is a very cold day outside, so I thought I would get in here and start baking. So today I am making homemade sourdough biscuits. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is be sure and preheat your oven. So you're going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Alright, that'll be preheating while we're getting our biscuits ready. Alright, so you're going to want to get you a bowl to mix everything in. We're going to start with getting all of our dry ingredients and getting those mixed really well. So first we're going to start with 1 cup of flour. This is just all-purpose flour. Then we're going to need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to eye it. And so that's about good. All right, these are all of our dry ingredients, so we're going to give this a good stir. This is a smaller batch. You can double this recipe to get more biscuits. We don't like a lot of waste in our house, so we are just going to half this recipe. All right, we're just gonna set this to the side. Next up, you're gonna want to get a frozen stick of butter, and we're just gonna grate this. You want frozen so that way it doesn't quickly melt on you, and it helps make those biscuits nice and flaky. So you're just going to grate this whole stick. Alright, there is our stick of butter. You will get a little messy from this, but as you can see, it just easily grates all of that butter. So the recipe calls for buttermilk. I don't have any buttermilk on hand, and usually I don't because I usually don't buy that. And so what I like to do to substitute, I will just add a little bit of lemon juice into my regular milk, and that'll create a nice alternative to buttermilk. So I'm simply just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. It doesn't take much, especially since I'm only using 1/4 of a cup of milk. Alright, we'll just kind of let that sit and do its thing, and then we'll be ready for it in just a moment. Alright, so we've got our butter. We're going to add it to our dry mixture. And we're just going to gently fold that together. Basically what you're doing is you're just coating all that butter with that dry mixture. Just like so. Alright, so we have just 2 more ingredients to add. We've got our starter to add as well as the buttermilk alternative that we created. So we've mixed in our butter. Now we're going to add 3/4 a cup of starter. So I've got a 1/2 cup here, so I'm just going to kind of eye it. I don't know if you can hear the boys upstairs, but they are playing and kind of entertaining themselves. Alright, that's about 3/4 of a cup of starter. Now we're going to add in that yummy buttermilk that we created. At this point, it's gotten a little kind of chunky. I know that's not a great term to describe it, but that's what it does. By adding that acid from that lemon juice, that's what it does to that milk. So I'm just going to kind of fold that all together. I don't want to overwork it too much, because I still want that butter to remain. ahead and get this rolled out and we'll get them formed into biscuits. So I'm going to be cooking these in a cast iron skillet. So what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of parchment paper. I'm just going to take the parchment paper and line it with my cast iron, and then I can just place my biscuits inside. All right, you're going to want to prepare your surface with a little bit of flour. And then we're just going to pour out our dough. Alright, you're just going to kind of work this dough together, kind of folding it and kneading it. Again, we don't want to really overwork it because we still want those clumps of butter to remain intact. But you can start to see that it will start to look differently. Whoops. Alright, so once you knead it, not very long, less than a minute probably, you're just going to gently kind of roll it out. Just like so, and then you're going to use a cutter, biscuit cutter, and just cut out those biscuits, like so. Alright, once you get those cut, you'll just bring them over here and line them inside your cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron, you can just always use a cookie sheet. That works just as well.
What are you making, Mama?
I'm making biscuits.
Biscuits?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you can see as that last biscuit, I just went ahead and shaped it myself. This made, let's see here, 7 biscuits. So a half a recipe makes about 7, so if you double it, you'll get about 14. Alright, so we have our skillet full of biscuits, so we're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven. Alright, so they are ready to be popped in the oven. We're again cooking them at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Are nice and brown. I did end up cooking them for roughly 20 minutes. If I had preheated my cast iron skillet, I probably wouldn't have had to do that, but I just by looking at them, I could tell they were not quite done. And so I ended up cooking for a full 20 minutes. These biscuits all turned out so good. They look so delicious. I can't wait for you to try them in your own home. They're super easy to make. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Oh my gosh. With a little bit of butter. You don't need anything else. So good.